So I wanted to talk about this Reddit post because this company has personally affected me, not in the way that I guess this person is addressing the problem, but I've been screwed over by this company and I think they're pretty shady. So I guess I have my own story to tell. But let's first just talk about this post. So MJ Holdings, which is the uh, distributor for mainly Walmart, right? They're getting a lot of heat. And I think a big reason why they're getting a lot of heat is because they're selling at over MSRP. And you might be like, well, aren't all these LCSs, all these other, stores doing that? Yeah, but the problem is that this is Walmart. And, Walmart is a retail store. And we all know like Target, GameStop, I know, has recently, sold or they're going to sell some product, I think, a little bit over MSRP. But these big box retailers usually don't do that. But MJ Holdings is doing that. And a lot of people are complaining. And I can sort of understand it because, from a retailer perspective, like, I guess charging above MSRP really isn't part of their, like, pricing, like, kind of, strategy or model, whatever you want to call it. They usually just, charge MSRP. They're not like local game stores where they can, I guess, change their prices to the market. But yeah, I mean, this is just another, I guess, reason why prices are likely to stay high if these distributors that are selling on these, at these big box stores are charging over MSRP. It's gonna cause prices to stay high because just if everyone is charging market price for all these products and no one's able to buy these at retail, and I mean, obviously, people are gonna be upset, and also it's not gonna help the prices because if you really think about it, people are able to buy at retail, right? And you got scalpers that will do that, but they're also gonna flip it. In my opinion, in some ways, that actually helps the pricing out in terms of, I guess markets like these when there's high demand, because you'll have some sort of medium of people buying at retail and selling and scalping at lower than what market is, and that will undercut the market and prices will drop. Versus if you have a company like MJ Holdings, which seemingly is charging pretty much market over MSRP, whatever, for these products, these new products. If they just charge market, I mean, there's no scalp. There won't be really any scalpers, right? But then there won't be that medium that I just explained where people will buy at retail, flip them, undercut the market, and prices will drop. It'll just be market and then it'll go up. So that's just kind of my take on the whole thing with, I guess, these distribution companies that are selling at these big box stores that are just charging market or over MSRP. I feel like it doesn't help the prices out or regulate. But anyways, I guess enough of that tangent. Let's just talk about this post and what this person's talking about. But the title of this is MJ Holdings is to blame. Let's just read it. So, MJ Holdings is the largest distributor of Pokemon card products in the nation. It supplies a lot of major retail brands like Target, Walmart, and other Pokemon products with other Pokemon products and other cards. And I think Target is Excel, I believe. I don't know if MJ Holdings has anything to do with Target, but I know MJ Holdings is, I guess, associated, and they have, I guess they're, associated with Walmart. They were under a different alias of GT Collectibles on the Walmart shop selling Pokemon products over 3 times the MSRP. I've seen them plenty of times on Walmart, but never bought from them due to the crazy prices. Sometimes, I'm sorry guys, sometimes when I read these posts, my, like, I guess, reading skills don't seem that great, but some of these people's, like, grammar and just how they don't check their, I guess, writing, because some of the grammar is really messed up. They messed up by sharing the same addresses for both businesses and are now trying to cover it up. I know this has been brought up, but the word needs to continue to be spread into our community so changes can happen. The Pokemon Company does listen. So I guess now that they've brought up this, I guess, secondary, I guess, name or alias GT Collectibles, I want to talk about my story and how they screwed me over pretty bad. So I would say it was about 3-4 months ago. GT Collectibles, which is MJ Holdings, it's like a sister company or whatever, they had Surging Sparks booster bundles listed for like $28, $27, $26, something around there. It was like 15 to $20 under market, and I had purchased multiple orders in large quantities, because I mean that was a great deal, right? And the problem was is that they all got canceled, right? They apparently, it was some pricing error or some BS thing they came up with. I don't know why, or they even put it out there or whatever. Like they had it stocked multiple times, and for some reason I guess they just didn't have it or whatever the case was, right? And they didn't honor whatever orders. They just canceled them all. And when they canceled all of the orders, or so did it, I didn't get refunded for a lot of them. And I had to call and communicate with GT Collectibles and with Walmart over the course of like 2 months to get my money back. It was ridiculous. The company wasn't very helpful, wasn't very responsive, and the whole thing with them coming up with this dumb like excuse saying it was a pricing error or something like that. It's just the company is shady. And I feel like this isn't the only time that people have gotten screwed over by this company. It's just all this stuff they're doing is kind of shady as a company. And honestly, any other, posts, I know some people have gotten, prismatic evolutions from them and it's been fine. But ever since that one, instance and one, I guess, experience I've had with this company, I will never buy from them again because it was so hard to get my money back. Like it was like frustrating. It was a long process, and I don't know. I just really despise the company just because of that reasoning, not because of them charging over MSRP, but it was on a, I guess, separate occasion where I just have a bad experience with this company. But I guess this just adds to it. I'm showing that this company is shady because you being a distributor for this retail store, you shouldn't really be doing what some LGS are doing because you're supplying a big box store. Big box stores usually are not supposed to be doing this whole thing with marking up from MSRP. They're pretty much supposed to, it's kind of like a thing where they're supposed to, just charge MSRP, and they're not. And people are getting mad at them and calling them out for it. So, people are calling for it, I guess, the whole community to report them to Pokemon, and I guess to fix this issue, because I don't know exactly what products they've sold triple MSRP. I'm pretty sure it's been, I guess, the new products, Prismatic. I'm pretty sure they've done it in other things. I don't know if they've done anything with Journey Together. You guys can comment down below if you guys know anything about that. But honestly, I don't really pay attention to all these retail drops or anything like that because I don't know. I just never get them. So I don't really pay attention to what really goes on with Walmart or Target drops. But if you have information about, I guess, MJ Holdings or GT Collectibles and what they've done and how they've scalped or charged 3 times over MSRP, you can comment down below your experience with that. But you can see here this person's taking a picture of the company, their address and their phone number. You can see they have terrible reviews. Probably a lot of people getting mad at them, just bombarding them with bad reviews. And here's also their name on the Walmart website. And you can see here, I guess they're giving an example, and this is for 151 booster bundles. They've, been charging over MSRP for all this stuff. Like even the Surging Sparks booster bundles were above MSRP that I was buying, but it was still under market. But just overall, I think people are upset that a big company and a distributor from, or I guess for Walmart is doing this. It's kind of a bad look. So let's just read the comments of this post and see what people have to say. Submit a support ticket complaining about their practices to TPCI. That's all we can do, honestly, besides refusing to buy their outrageous prices. Just did my part. Distribution is a mafia. Yeah, honestly, all distributors do this sort of thing with marking up prices after, we see with the reprints. So it is a thing. I know everybody says, why doesn't just Pokemon get rid of distribution as a whole? But I don't think some people understand like the logistics of things and why Pokemon has made this model. It's not perfect. They can definitely implement some stuff to help this whole thing with, I guess, distributors scalping. But if Pokemon handled all the logistics with shipping, handling all these orders themselves, I think with the amount of LGSs and stores they would have to service, it just doesn't seem very feasible. Because it just is too much. So they have to just, send to a few companies that can just individually, and that's their business, to do that. So I don't think it's as easy as people make it seem by, just Pokemon just cutting distribution out. I don't think they can directly, produce all these products and, ship out all these products to every single store. I don't think it'd really work, to be honest. That's just my opinion. Then you see fools actually buy at these prices, and all you can do is shrug. I mean, it goes back to the same thing with people hating, and saying scalpers. All you have to do is just not buy from them. The market doesn't care. Like, the people online will obviously say you can all just not buy from these scalpers, and it'll fix everything. But you got to think about the reality of the situation is that's like impossible. There's so many people in the space that are not online that just buy at market price that are not going to really listen or really care about the people saying to not buy, because guess what? The people that are paying and buying at these prices, they've already made that decision, and you telling them not to buy at the prices, you think that's going to stop them? If somebody's willing to pay and they have the money, why would they care that somebody is just getting mad that it's over MSRP and that we should all just boycott them? Like, if the person's buying, I mean, they've already decided that it's worth it for them. Some guy on Twitter was posting about how he spent $400 on 6 151 booster bundles, and he turned it into $20 with bleep pools. Blame those people for not icing out official scalpers like MJ. Just sent TPCI a ticket regarding the situation. If enough hobbyists send it in, I'm sure measures can be put in place to create some space for actual collectors to acquire cards to open. Stay optimistic. Scalpers can't afford everything indefinitely if we keep holding out. I mean, the whole thing with holding out, so many people talk about it, but I just think this whole holding out thing with people not buying from scalpers, not buying from game stores that are charging over MSRP, I feel like just the whole thing is just not, I don't think it's a plan that will really work, just like I've explained. Just left them a review, lol. Small correction, MJ Holdings is not the distributor for Target, it's XL Marketing. Yeah, that's what I said in the beginning. As pointed out, this has been a thing for a while. I doubt TPCI will do anything about it. We are desperate to pin the blame in one place, but at the end of the day, pretty much everyone is at fault in one way or another. TPCI, distribution, stores, scalpers, scalp investors, Jimmy down the street buying off scalpers every week, sealed collectors, and FOMO collectors. It all begins with TPCI at least trying to sort the mess out at a higher level than just MJ. How are they trying to cover it up? What did they do? Yeah, I mean, I think this is enough, I guess, going over the comments. But, I understand, I guess, the frustration with these companies doing this. And you could definitely, like some of these people have mentioned, report them to Pokemon, open up a ticket, whatever. I don't know what the process is, but you can do that. And it's possible maybe it will work. Maybe if you do get enough people to do so. But I don't know. I don't know if it would really work. I mean, it seems like Pokemon, I don't know how much they would really, I guess, do to fix this problem. I don't know how much Pokemon really cares about all these sorts of things that these companies do. Because, I mean, I feel like with how much, hate these distributors have gotten recently, and how much people have, said, Pokemon to do something about, these distributors marking up prices, especially during these reprints, and how, it's going to keep prices high. I don't know how much Pokemon really cares. I guess we'll have to find out, and if you want to play a part to try to help and fix the situation, you can, try to put in a ticket or whatever. But yeah, I think these companies, like MJ Holdings, that are selling, I think, new release products, I guess, at, Walmart, that are selling them for over MSRP for like brand new releases. I feel like that should probably be something. I don't know if they've done that. I don't know if these people are just talking about them charging over MSRP for these other products, because honestly, I don't know where these people are getting their products from. Like, for example, this guy has 151 booster bundles pulled up here. It's possible MJ Holdings is maybe buying. I don't know if these distributors buy from other distributors. I don't know where they source their product, but if they are buying all of these at, I guess from Pokemon directly or whatever, and that's how they're getting them, I guess then you can maybe argue that them charging MSRP shouldn't be a thing because they are directly getting them from Pokemon. But like I've explained with, LCSs charging above MSRP, a lot of them are buying above, wholesale pricing. A lot of them are buying from the market. So I don't know where MJ Holdings is sourcing their product or how they're getting it. But hey, if they're paying over, what they usually do, and they're buying them at some increased price, then I guess it would make sense for them to upcharge. But who knows? I mean, this whole situation to me, I mean, I'm one of those people that, I don't really get upset at this sort of thing. I just kind of go with how things go. If I don't want to pay and buy from a company, I just won't. But hey, if you want to take action, go ahead. But yeah, I do understand the frustration with distribution right now because I mean, they just, I mean, it's kind of sketchy. Some of these companies, like I'll never buy from, like GT Collectibles. Ever since that one experience I've had, I'm never gonna buy from them again, no matter what it is. So, yeah, that's all I want to say. Let me know down in the comments your opinions about this whole thing. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.